Daily baseball podcast here. Main reason for this channel is definitely going to be basketball, but with the time I've put in for baseball and the fact that this is the daily grind as of right now, we're just going to get started on things. Got to start somewhere. So here we go. Doing my best to provide everyone with insights that I'm getting from this constant feedback loop of trying to make money on baseball every single day. Definitely don't have an opinion on every single game, but I will share what I have placed, what I believe in today, and tomorrow we'll be back to face the music and prepare further for that next day. Starting Giants and Phillies. Phillies capable of playing up a ton of runs any given day. Definitely slow start to the year, but starting to put all my doubts to rest, thinking that they can beat anyone in the MLB on any given day. As we approach the playoffs, obviously that's very important, but it's the Giants today. And the Giants, from what I've seen, they're at a point where it's just tough in the bullpen and pitching in general. Tough to find guys to roll out, and we see a huge example of that today with Kyle Harrison in his first ever start. Giants certainly not in a comfortable position in the playoff race, and Harrison could be great, but it's a bit of a head scratcher as to why he's out there against the Phillies today. Walker hasn't been good on his own right, and so definitely wanting to take a flyer here. First 5 innings, over 5. I'll be surprised if it doesn't hit, and that's exactly kind of what I want to put out every day. If I'm shocked with the result, I can live with the loss. Next, we have Blue Jays and Orioles. Kikuchi, last year, I feel like it was just a great day every single time he was on the mound. We were always looking to fade him. Last 5 to 10 starts, complete opposite story. You can make a case he's been one of the best pitchers in the MLB. Grayson Rodriguez, tough start to the season, ended up going back to the minors, back in the pros now, back on track. Kikuchi is definitely the better form pitcher right now, and I think the safe play would be to back the Blue Jays as well as the under. I'm on under full game at 8.5, bet it last night, and first 5 under 4.5. Not going to be on the Blue Jays. Just a scenario where everything goes wrong. Kikuchi gets blown up. But there's absolutely no sign that would happen. Yankees and Nationals. I definitely worry about the run support from these teams, but Yankees need a win, and Gray is a great person that could potentially give that to him. Rodon has not been on his stuff either, and 8.5 seems like a low total, so I'm going to go over. Moving on, Dodgers and Guardians. Syndergaard, there's just no reason to like him. Bobby Miller started the season kind of making me think it was possible that he could win Rookie of the Year. Got blown up by the Yankees one day, and since then hasn't really been the same. But his last couple starts, we're starting to see him get back to that point. As a Guardians division bettor, I've been tracking them all year, and it's just endless disappointment. You get to play the Tigers in a 4-game series, a chance to turn things around. You don't win it. That just hurts. Dodgers are just a beast. And first 5 minus half a run is exactly what I want here. 10 out of 10 times. Moving on. Astros, tough series against the Mariners. Felt that they were a little devalued yesterday. Got a good line there. Red Sox bullpen definitely a bit more rested for this one. Not looking to fade them. Minus 145 for the Stros. Tough line here, gonna stay off, but notable game I thought we would want to talk about. Getting into the later slate, Wu versus Clevenger, White Sox Mariners. There's nothing in me that would have any desire to bet against the Mariners right now. Certainly one of the hottest teams in the MLB. But Clevenger has been money and Wu hasn't. This is definitely the weaker part of the Mariners rotation, and signs point towards the White Sox. I'm not crazy enough to do it, but something I thought I would point out. Next, Giolito and Ashcraft. Very confusing one for me. Angels kind of in a desperate situation, but as we get closer, I think it's just more of a realization that they aren't going to be in the playoffs. And even the Reds, who have been struggling, clearly ahead of them, but we still see the Angels favored. Giolito, I can't wrap my head around why he is favored. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Ashcraft has been phenomenal in his last starts. I think giving up 3 at most in his last 5, but he went 7 or 8 innings there. We see him making it later in games. We see him going 5, not giving much up. There's nothing that would make me think Giolito should be favored over Ashcraft, and that's exactly why we're betting Reds first 5 and full. Last night, cashed the Athletics first 5 and full with Blackburn, definitely a guy to watch, and the A's rotations. But nothing I like here tonight. Zerpa actually had a great outing in his last start. But even game. Hard to see the Athletics really making a push in this series. I do think the Royals should be in position to win the series. That kind of makes me lean there tonight. Last 2 games of the night, Marlins Padres. This is just an obvious no-brainer. I feel obligated to bet it scenario for me. Blake Snell, he is on a bit more of a kick where he's consistently giving them up, but it's 2 runs, 3 runs, 1 run. There's nothing really concerning about it. They are all quality starts. So can't look away from the Padres. Padres first 5 minus half a run. You're expecting them to win anyways. The tie is now a loss for you. You lay the half a run, and what is supposed to happen should happen. Luzardo, interesting season for the guy. Marlins definitely aren't a team I pay the closest attention to, but I do know that he's been giving them up in his last few starts. Combined with what I said with Snell giving a few up, assuming he doesn't go 9 innings, we get into this not great Padres bullpen, and 7.5 seems like a really low total here. People buying the Snell hype. I understand when Snell is on the mound, the total should be low. That makes sense, but 7.5, way too low for me. Padres first 5. Rangers and D-backs, 2 great pitchers. Gray, he's had great moments. He's kind of come away from those great moments with some rough starts. Last 2 starts, he's back on track. Zach Gallen, now the favorite for Cy Young. No reason to not like him. 2 guys I think could go far into the game tonight. Last night, some runs came late in extra innings, but slow game. Without that runner on second, definitely struggling to score runs. Great pitching battle, under 8.5 for me. So hopefully I brought you some insights on some stuff that happened last night, as well as giving you the preview you need for today. Again, questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in a place I can see them. and we'll be back tomorrow.